Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sid, and if you always join in, thank you for watching. I sound a little raspy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'm getting sick. I don't know what's happening, but bear with me because I'm filming all of my videos today, so you'll just get to hear this all day. But today we are filming a haul. A chaotic haul that actually basically cost me nothing. And I will explain that. So there is an app called Pango Books, and I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's a basically used books store. And you can go on and you can list any of your books. You just scan a barcode, you take a few pictures, you list your book, and off you go. Basically, the buyer is responsible for shipping, and it's based on whether it's a paperback, mass market, hardcover, etc. So yeah, I became obsessed with it. I went on it recently more seriously, but previously I had gone on it a couple times and just really not found anything that I wanted. But it took a little bit of what's on my shelves, what do I want on my shelves, is there any books that I've read that I actually really want to own. Those are kind of the books that I'm looking for, but I found all of my books for so inexpensive, unbelievably inexpensive. I probably spent a total of $40 for all of these books. I subscribed to Illumicrate. I actually canceled because I just didn't feel like I ended up liking everything that I was getting, and for the most part I really wasn't enjoying the books that I was getting. The only one that I liked was Babel. They just don't really do a whole lot of fantasy books, so for me it just wasn't my cup of tea. So I had a whole bunch of really special editions and I sold them. And I chose to keep all of my money in the app. I didn't transfer out, which you can, but I chose not to. And so I was able to use my balance towards all of these books, and I still have tons of money left. So I'll link it down below. Please download it. There's no referral code or anything like that. There's nothing special for joining, but as book lovers, I thought you guys would all enjoy being able to reuse a good book, and you can get books that you really want to read for half the price that you just really want to own. And anyway, I'm rambling. Pango Books, it's a great app. Please download it and buy all the books, and then tag me in your haul because I love a good haul. So my first purchase on Pango Books is Frankenstein, and by Mary Shelley, and me and MJ are actually going to be reading this in February, so tomorrow actually. What I love about this is it's a Penguin classic. It's in perfect condition, and something that I really have been really mindful of this year is I've read a lot of classics, which is really surprising because I'm mainly a fantasy girl, but I've read a lot of classics, and I just feel like I was missing a lot of context. And if you don't know anything about Penguin Classics, they have the majority of this is this much of the book is actually just context. So this isn't part of the book. This is just information about the author, any context that you might need in order to understand what you're about to read. And I cannot be more excited for this. I've heard that there's a lot of themes about love and not love. Love? Where did that come from? A lot of themes about what it's like to be human and creator, created, God, human, that sort of thing. And I will be annotating the crap out of this, and I will try and figure out how much I paid for it, and I'll put it somewhere on here. But yeah, super inexpensive. I'm very happy. It is obviously in great condition, and someone didn't need it and I do, so I'm excited. Okay, and the next book that I got is also a Penguin classic, It is Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, and as you can tell, I'm kind of on a classic kick. I really, really want to read classics this year. This is unfortunately in, like, you probably cannot see that, but it's pretty beat up. Like, there's some, like, it's missing a corner of here. The spine is like very, very, very cracked. It's bent, it's bruised and broken. But for, like, I don't know, like $3, I really, like, okay, yeah, like huge, like, you probably can't see that. There's lots of writing, like pencil markings. I don't care, because I'm going to write in this book, and I didn't want to spend, you know, $10 on this book to write in it. So for me, like, literally paying like $2 or $3 for this was not a disappointment to find that it was like super beat up, and I knew that it was beat up from the picture. And the reason I wanted this one is because they no longer actually make this print edition anymore. The reason I chose this one is because they no longer make this print. It's all like drawings from his original. I'm not exactly sure, but I really liked this cover. I guess like the paintings are all done by, like, they actually say, so they're real paintings. And I like that. I like that I kind of get a little bit of art with a little bit of classic. So I think that's a little bit fun, a little bit different for me. So I found an amazing deal. An amazing deal. I paid $10 for 3 books. And that would be The Lord of the Rings. I actually own a, like, bind up nice version of The Lord of the Rings, but it's like Bible paper where it's like super thin, impossible to read. It's more just like a decoration, and I had been wanting my own set of The Lord of the Rings to annotate. I am hoping, I don't know how likely it is, but I would love to do a reread either this year or next year, and I want to annotate them. So I really didn't want to pay a whole bunch of money for books that I'm, again, going to write in, and I had never seen these covers either. Wow, you can't see that. Okay. Yeah, these are like super interesting. I think I had seen this cover before. But yeah, like, they're in like literally perfect condition, like nothing, I don't even think the person actually read them. And then The Return of the King. So yeah, I'm really excited because now I own my own versions of them, and I don't feel bad because, what is that, like $3 or $4 a book? So I really can't complain because I'm gonna write in these, and I'm gonna like tab and annotate and sticky note. Like, these are gonna be 2 times chunkier than they are. So I'm very excited. I'm very happy. As you all probably know, I am going through the Wheel of Time, and I was thankfully able to find books 3 and 4 in the Barnes and Noble editions of these, and that is like kind of the ones that I'm going with. Yeah, these sell for $22 at Barnes & Noble, and I was able to find each of them for, I think, under $10. I think one of them was $6 and one of them was $10. So I'm still waiting on book 3, The Dragon Reborn, to arrive, so I don't have it physically, but that is another one that I bought from Pango Books. And I think for right now, yeah, as of right now, that is all I have from Pango Books. But I do have more books that I acquired throughout January from half-priced, like a half-priced bookstore, and some gifts that I got, like belated, like Christmas gifts. My mom got me this book, and this probably was one of my most anticipated books once I learned about it, once I heard people talking about it, and I want to read it in February so bad. It is Illborn by Daniel Jackson, and I know nothing about this, and I really don't even want to read the back. But it is a self-published book, so these pages are like printer pages, like they're like stark white in comparison to like most books. But his second book just came out, I believe literally like last week, so I am so excited about this. I've heard nothing but amazing things. I've heard it compared, oh gosh, I can't remember. I feel like I've heard it compared to The Name of the Wind and like A Justice of Kings. So I'm really curious. I guess it's like maybe an unreliable narrator, I think is what we're going for here. I don't know. I'm so excited. I have a lot of books to get through because I'm having a really hard time. Like now that I don't have a book count goal, I'm having a very hard time reading. I'm listening a lot, and I'm listening like nobody's business to The Wheel of Time. I'm just like flying through the books. So there's that, which is great. I don't think that's bad. It's just that I'm not reading a whole bunch physically. As another Christmas gift, like from a gift card basically return, I got the Sword of Kaigen by N.L. Wong, and I'm so excited. If you haven't seen this book, I mean, what are you doing? This book follows a mother, I believe, who is trying to get to her son, if I'm correct. And basically it's following like this this war-raged world. And basically this mom is like, I don't want my son involved, from what I understand. I could be totally wrong. But I don't want my son involved. I need to go find him and bring him back. So I've heard that there's fantastic fight scenes, fantastic, just everything. Everything about this book I've heard nothing but good things about. Okay, these two books I got at Encore Books, and that is a used bookstore here where I live, and we have a whole bunch of credit there, so I figured, hey, I found two books that I want, so I'm gonna pick them up. And that is these two books by Michael J. Sullivan, The Rose and the Thorn, and the second book in the Reria Revelations, Rise of the Empire. I have book one right there. I'm actually just going to put them away because why not? Yeah, so I found those two books. I paid I think I paid like $2.17 or something like that. So really good deal for two books. Yeah. I have not read The Theft of Swords yet, but my dad actually has, because I recommended it based on my shelves. I just picked a book and I said, hey, you might like this one. I've heard that the humor is wonderful. Follows two men, Royce and something, and they're kind of like a little group of misfits. And he said that the humor was amazing, that it was great, that the story was wonderful. He is currently on the very last book 3. Yeah. I'm very excited to get to them, and I've now purchased like, the other one is like a prequel, I believe, to the series, so I was able to find that one. Looks like somebody maybe got rid of the set, and I was only able to find 2 of them, but hey, I'm happy. And then I found this book at my local Goodwill, and it is Passing by Nella Larson, and again, it's a Penguin classic. I am, as you can tell, a little bit obsessed with the Penguin classics right now. And this is a book that I am really, I mean, it's tiny. It's like 200 pages probably. Okay, not even, okay, it's 100 pages. I'm way off here. But I loved it because it has little like annotations and like underlines and stuff in it. And I thought that was really cute, and I'm a sucker for that. And I think I paid $1 for this. But this follows basically a young African American woman who is basically hiding the fact that she is African American. And I believe she's actually hiding that from her husband. And she has a group of friends that are also in the same predicament and has chosen to remain within, oh yes, so our main character actually chooses to remain in the African American community while one of her friends is refusing to admit any ties to the African American community, and she is kind of refusing the racism that is present in her life and even in her marriage. So I think this is going to be really, really interesting. It was published in 1929, and I feel like this is like pretty new for its time. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm happy that I found this, and like I said, I literally paid like straight up like $1 for it. Okay, and I totally lied. My last book from Pango Books is The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. I don't know, Alexandre Dumas. I'm so excited about this. This is like big boy, and this might be one of the biggest word count books that I will ever read. I don't know if it's up there with like Sanderson, but it feels like it's up there with Sanderson. It's like 1,100 pages, I think. Oh, 1,200 pages. I don't know how much of that is, you know, information in the beginning and information in the back. There's a lot of extra information in these books, but all I know about The Count of Monte Cristo is that it is a revenge plot story. It is the original revenge plot story. If there's anybody that's interested in reading this with me, please, please, please hop on my Discord and let me know.